Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another day of 31 Days of Cut Files. This is our final week of Cut Files for August for 2024. And we had so much fun creating these cut files, you guys. This week are cut files that I created. The last few weeks have been ones that MK created. So I did the first week and the last week, and she did all the rest. I hope that you have enjoyed them and found really good ways to use them. And I hope that our videos have inspired you to pull out your cut files and get them on your pages. So this one is a charcuterie board. I am just using some walnut stain distress ink to ink it up. And I have a few photos from our cruise in February. And I actually have two photos of MK. She ordered a cheese board or cheese plate for dessert one day. If you know her well enough, you know she's not a huge fan of cheese in things, but she doesn't mind cheese by itself. But I was very surprised that she ordered a cheese board. It wasn't huge; it's just a cheese plate, I should say. So when she ordered it, and I wasn't actually sitting next to her. Sandy was sitting in between us. I wasn't paying attention when she ordered. When they delivered it, I was like, "Did they just give that to the right person? Because you ordered cheese, really?" So this is just another example of how different we are. We have very different styles in scrapbooking, different tastes in food for sure, but somehow, the friendship is a really good friendship. And maybe that's the thing, maybe it's the opposites attract type of a friendship, but and we balance each other out really well, I feel. So yeah, I just wanted to document that and document, even in spite of being so different, we get along really well. We always have a good time together, and we truly do enjoy doing these scrapbooking series together, even though our styles are different, and even though we look at things very differently right off the get-go. It is one of the fun things that we do for the 2 months that we do Kit Conspiracy in November and in April. If you're not familiar with that series, we both use the identical kit. We have a kit for each week of the month that we use, and all of our kits are identical, but our layouts always look very different. Some days we do pick the exact same papers to use, not intentionally. We never really coordinate that. It just happens, but our layouts always look very different. So it's fun. It's really fun to see how different we are. And somehow on this cruise, and for our next upcoming cruise, we have created albums that have a cohesive look, even though she's doing half of it and I'm doing half of it. It all goes together very well. And at least I felt that it did, and I'm hoping other people who were on the cruise felt that way as well. And I think they did. But yeah, it's really fun, and I feel really blessed to have her as a friend in my life and as a scrapbooking buddy. I would not have met her if it weren't for a retreat. And that is one of the most awesome things about doing retreats. I mean, we might have met online, but we really met in person. And that's what like solidified the friendship, right? And I don't think we really knew each other online very well ahead of time. So if you get an opportunity to go to a crop or a retreat, I highly recommend taking it, because sometimes that's where you meet your best friends. So yeah, take the opportunity if you can. So anyway, on this layout, I am using a bunch of 49 and Market Sunburst collection. I am just going again with, I think I end up going with a visual triangle here. Maybe I don't put anything at the top. It's been a little bit since I did this layout, you guys. And anyway, I'm really liking layering up all of these pieces from 49 and Market. The charcuterie board is going to be the landing spot for my title, and I've done that quite a bit this month, and I will finish the month out by doing this at least one more time. But I really like these smaller size cut files for this purpose. Not that I don't like the larger cut files, but I really like the smaller ones for a landing spot for your title, I think, or your cluster or whatever. I think it just adds to it overall, and it just brings everything together. So you also don't have to use that many embellishments on a lot of these layouts when you have a cut file that's doing a lot of the work for you. Now, this particular cut file is not huge, but it doesn't have a lot going on other than the wood grain. So I feel like this one you'd probably need to use a little more of the embellishments than maybe some of the other ones, but a lot of the other ones, there's not a lot that you have to even add to it. So that is the beauty of a cut file. If you are don't have a cutting machine, we do sell these cut files bundled pre-cut, but if you have a machine, we also sell the bundles of cut files so digitally, so you can cut them. If I also recommend that if you don't have a machine and you're considering getting one, it's definitely worth it, because you can cut these cut files in any different size you want. You can also modify them. You can have them going off the page. You can stretch them across 2 pages. If you've missed any of the lives that we've done over in the Facebook group, I would highly recommend you go and check those out, because we are using the cut files in a larger size, so you can see different ways to use them and the value add that they give to your layouts. Anyway, I'm going to get off my spiel about cut files and just let you know what I'm doing here. I'm just layering up all of these pieces. I am making sure that whatever colors I have represented in one cluster, I am representing in another cluster, maybe not in the same exact format, but the color is there, because that's going to help balance it out balance out the layout overall. Now, I do have this silverware or utensil stencil, so I'm going to just run a little bit of ink over that. Now, I'm not dipping my brush into ink. It's got plenty of ink left over it from inking my cut file, and I'm not pressing really hard or going over it a lot. I'm just popping in a little bit so that you can get a little bit of added texture, and I felt like I wanted to add a little bit more down here, so I'm going to bring in a little bit more. It actually almost looks like a woven textile from afar, but it is actually silverware, and I really like the way that it's looking. I've done this a couple of times in this album with airplane stencil and such, and I wanted to just do it elsewhere in the album so that there's just more continuity throughout. Now, I do have to Frankenstein all of my letters together, because I obviously don't have anything that's going to say you got cheese, and or maybe it's you got cheese. I don't know. I didn't put a question mark at the end of it. You can read it however you would like, but I do have to, like I said, Frankenstein some of those letters together. I could have probably cut them on either my silhouette or with dies, because heavens knows I have plenty of dies, but I am trying to use these letters up as much as possible, because I have used the leaves that you saw on the back side in another place in this album, and again, I want to have a little bit more continuity and use the same supplies repeatedly in the album in varying places, so it doesn't look like a mishmash of pages together. It looks more cohesive, and so I feel like that's going to help out with the situation. I am going to also try and use those other 2 leaves on a different page down the road, but this is definitely going to help just give me another spot for this glittery rose gold alpha. So again, my title is Got Cheese. I definitely had to do something about the G, because I didn't have a G, so just use my little blade there to cut it apart and create a G, and I don't think you can even tell once it's all said and done. You can look at the close-ups, and you'll be able to see it much better. It doesn't stand out really great on camera, but in person it's just fine, and I really like the way that it ends up looking. So while I finish that up, I wanted to remind you that there are links down below for the playlist for 31 Days of Cut Files. There's a link to MK's channel and links to the bundles of cut files if that's of interest to you, so that you can easily get to them. That is it, you guys. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. If you enjoyed this one, I would love for you to hit that thumbs up button. I really do appreciate you spending time with me today and choosing my channel to watch. I know there's tons out there for you to watch, so I feel blessed that you have chosen my channel. So thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and hit the bell if you want notifications. I will be back again tomorrow with another one, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.